And that stimulates your nervous system, the parasympathetic aspect of your nervous system, to, when the breath slows down, to bring us out of fight, flight, breathe and into rest, digest, and ease. Go further back in the nasal passages between the ears at the very back and top of the throat, and open that area as though you're smelling something delicious, like the scent of a rose in the early morning dew. Sense the breath there. Let your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth, just behind your teeth. And then feel the breath in the windpipe of your throat, the trachea. And drop down into the chest cavity. Can you feel the breath move into your lungs, right and left? As you inhale, the diaphragm moves down about an inch and the lower ribs flare out like the wings of a bird moving out and up. As you exhale, the diaphragm comes back to rest up under your rib cage like an open umbrella. Inhale, the diaphragm moves down, the lower ribs flare out, and then the side and back ribs like two bucket handles moving out and up into the thoracic cavity, the rib cage. And as you exhale, the diaphragm releases, the lower ribs, side ribs release. Inhale, the diaphragm moves down, the lower ribs flare, the side and back ribs, all the way into the upper back and top chest for the three-part full yogic breath. As you exhale, the upper back and chest, ribs, and abdomen release back. So just observe this movement as you breathe. Belly, ribs, chest. Create space as you inhale. Chest, ribs, belly. Reduce space, and the air comes out. Very simple, but powerful to pay attention to breath. Okay? And then we'll do our opening chant, call and response. We'll do the Oms and Shantis together. So take your prayer position, Namaste Mudra. Take the base of your thumbs at your wrist to the base of your sternum and press there. And lift the sternum, bottom to top. Bring the fingers and thumbs together, make a seal. That's a mudra, a shape. Lift your upper arm bones once again. Roll them back from the shoulder blades onto the back and reset the bandhas, tail forward, sides of the waist back. And then take a breath in and out in preparation for chanting Om together. And then inhale deeply for Om. Om. Sahana Vavatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Paravavahai Tejasvi Navaditam Astuma Vidvishavahai Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take a deeper breath and lift your heart. As you exhale, move your head forward in space and then release the head down from the base of the neck at the top of the shoulders, chin towards the chest. Release your hands to your thighs. Pause here and breathe. Soften the front of the throat, the trachea, the windpipe. Move that towards the back of your neck and also the sides of the throat as you release the muscles at the back of the neck and release the base of the skull away from the top of the neck. Curl the tip of the chin in towards the notch between the clavicles. Soft closure of the throat. This is Jalandhara Bandha, the throat seal. Maintain the lift of the center and the sides, rooting the outer hips and thighs down and releasing the inner thighs. Let the energy drain from your brain, eyes, and other senses, coming out of your head and descend into your heart center, into your sensing and feeling body. And then with your eyes closed on an inhale, curl up the back of your neck and lift your head up so your ears come over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips. Keep your chin a little down and back, base of the skull up. And then with your eyes closed, raise your gaze so that when you do open your eyes, you're looking straight ahead. Move the eyes to the back of your head and the gaze. And then drop down into your heart at the back of your body and also down into your seat. And have a sense of yourself emanating from your heart center at the back, sides, and front, up and down, and in all directions. And then let your eyelids gently float open. So we'll come into Shavasana. We'll do some floor poses. And when you lie down, make sure that you have enough space behind you. We'll do 5 floor poses before we stand up, that you can extend your arms overhead. And if your shoulders are tight and you need support for your arms overhead, you can take that and have that there. And then when you come to Shavasana, let your arms come out to the sides, palms up. Let your legs come out to the side, release your feet out to the side in anatomical neutral, and adjust your head, neck, shoulders, pelvis, and so on. And be here for a couple of breaths, few breaths, and relax the hold of your, holding onto your skeleton with your musculature, right? And the connective tissue as well. The connective tissue gets super rigid also. So allow there to be a letting go of gripping on and surrender to the support of the floor beneath you. And assess and feel your landscape of your body, especially the parts touching the ground, the back of the body, and those that don't touch the ground in the back body. And just have a sense of curiosity, like an archaeologist or an anthropologist. No judgment, just interest and attention. And then the first pose that we'll do is Tadagi Mudra. Tadagi means empty lake, and it refers to the hollowing of the abdomen, and mudra means shape. So roll your thighs in and roll the inner legs down to the mat. So firm your leg muscles and have your thighs and knees and feet pointing straight up. And then bring your legs all the way together, creating a seal. And extend the front of your ankles a little bit, firm your kneecaps all around, and press the thighs down, curling the tailbone a little bit up towards the pubic bone so that the lower back releases towards the floor. Bring your arms along your sides, palms down, and extend your fingers. Firm your elbows and knees and arm muscles to the bones and legs. As you exhale, draw the lower belly in towards the spine so that your lower back comes more towards the floor, and reassess the firmness of your arms and legs. And as you inhale, raise your arms up over your head until your arms come all the way to the floor behind your head. So your palms are up and your arms are shoulder width apart. And find your armpits and draw them towards each other. And your triceps, squeeze the triceps in towards each other. As you reach your arms, pull the ribs away from your hips. And as you reach your legs, pull the hips away from the ribs. So you feel a little opening in the skin area of your abdomen. And let your abdomen release and hollow and spread out on the back body with each exhalation. Maintain a bit of firmness in your arms and legs as you're here, and breathe. Let your breath be long and slow and even and steady. So your legs are all the way together here. Elena, yeah. So it's like Supta, well, it's Supta Tadasana. So Tadasana is mountain pose. Samastitihi is one name for it when the feet are together, and then the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. So you're active, even though you're supported by the floor beneath you. So it's less active than standing. Now firm your arms and legs, elbows and knees. Exhale, pull the waist in, lower belly to the spine, lower back towards the mat. Inhale, raise your arms up. And exhale, lower your arms down towards to the sides of your body, palms down. And then bend your knees one by one. Bring your feet hip width apart and parallel for Dvipadapitam, two-footed stool. We'll do this 3 times. Turn your palms to face each other. And it's like bridge, but it's more just to engage your butt and legs and not to achieve anything super fantastic, but more to gain sensory motor control of the pelvic area. So now lift one shoulder and roll it under, and then the other. So you scoot the shoulder blades together over the spine in the back of the body. And then you'll feel you have a whole curve, low curve in your whole spine. Your hips are in a forward tilt, pressing the outer edge of the upper arms down at the deltoids, tops of the upper arms. Feel the armpit chest lift. Let the back of the neck lengthen and soften in the base of the skull, not to harden there. Keep your eyes soft and looking towards your heart center. Soften the jaw, tongue, teeth, and throat. Press into the inner feet and you'll feel how your knees pull in a little bit. As you exhale, pull your belly towards your spine and then to protect your lower back. And then as you inhale, pressing into your feet, lift your hips up a little bit. Doesn't have to be super high. Very, the low, we're going to do it 3 times. So then it's easy, moderate, and then a little more challenging. So when you lift your hips, can you feel your hamstrings engaging? Those are the muscles at the backs of your thighs. Find the backs of the knees and firming the hamstrings, move them towards your sitting bones at the bottom of your pelvis. Then find your sitting bones and move those towards the backs of your knees, letting your hips roll back a little bit. So there's a little less curve in your lower back. Pushing into your heels, maybe you can roll a little bit more towards the tops of your shoulders, softening the back of the neck and the front of the throat. Now coming down, keep the lift of the hips and lay your spine down from top to bottom. So sink your chest and feel each of the vertebrae in your spine laying down one link at a time as best you're able. Elongate your lower back. And then release your hips and let your hips roll forward into their neutral forward tilt. And take a breath. So the feet are hip width apart and parallel and close into the buttocks, but not so close that you can touch your heels. You want to end up with your knees more or less over your heels. Once again, roll your shoulders under. So you're hiding your shoulders under your body as much as you can. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and feel that low curve in your whole spine. And extend your fingers firmly. Palms of the hands face each other. The pinky side of the hand is down. Press the outer edge of the upper arm down to lift the armpit chest. Press into the inner feet to pull the knees in and broaden the buttocks. Exhale, pull the belly toward the spine, lower belly, protecting the lower back. Press into the feet and inhale, lift your hips up, softening the neck, looking towards the heart gently. Soften the throat, the jaw. Firm the hamstrings towards the buttocks, and then take the buttocks towards the backs of the knees. Press into the heels a little more to roll more towards the tops of the shoulders. As you're comfortable, keep softening the neck and the throat and the base of the skull. Observe your breath here and the firming of the backs of the thighs and the buttocks and the opening at the crease of the groin. And now to come down, this time relax the buttocks and the inner thighs and the pelvic floor and slowly lower your buttocks down, softening the inner groin area. And release the pose. Take a breath, couple of breaths, and we'll do it one more time. Once again, adjust your feet as needed. They can come maybe a little closer to the buttocks or towards each other. You can see, don't touch the heels though. That's a little too close. Bring the shoulder blades more under towards each other, covering the spine, lifting the chest so you have that low curve. Press into the inner feet so the knees pull in, not too much, but just right in line with the hips. Draw the belly towards the spine as you exhale, and then as you inhale, press into your feet and lift your hips up. Feel the firming of your hamstrings and your buttocks. Take the backs of the thighs towards the sitting bones, and then move the sitting bones towards the backs of the knees. So you have less curve in your lower back, but the opening comes at the roots of your thighs in the front, in the tailbone area. Pushing into the feet, see if you can roll a little more towards the tops of the shoulders, softening the back of the neck and the front of the throat. And this time you can come down either way. You can lay your spine down vertebra by vertebra, top to bottom, or soften the buttocks and the inner thighs and release the hips down. Take your time, do what's best for you, and then take a couple of breaths. Once you come all the way down, let your hips roll back to their neutral forward tilt. And we'll do one more pose before we rest in between. Turn your palms down now. Lift your shoulders up and roll the shoulders towards each other in the front of the body so your shoulder blades broaden in the back. And roll your hips back so your sitting bones and tailbone curl up. This is a pelvic tuck. And press your lower back down. Exhale all the air out. Roll the head and shoulders up. Reach the hands towards the feet on the ground and look to your belly button. This is called Nabi Darshanam. Nabi is navel, gazing at the navel. Breathe here. Breath is a little constricted, so you have to breathe into your upper back and chest. And then as you inhale, release your head and shoulders down. Turn your palms up as you exhale. Extend your legs one by one and come back to Shavasana for a couple of breaths here. Once again, lengthen the breath and observe the three-part breath. And especially lengthen the exhale. And the next pose we'll do is Pavana Muktasana, a variation of the wind relieving pose. So once again, roll the inner thighs down, firming the legs, knees and feet point up. Bring the legs all the way together. Bring the arms along your sides, palms down. And then bend your knees one by one and bring your feet flat on the mat and knees and feet all the way together. Roll the hips back so your sitting bones and tailbone curl up and your lower back flattens and your waist hollows out. So that's a pelvic tuck. Bring your right knee off the ground, interlace your fingers and hold your shin just below your knee, flexing your right foot. Let your right leg fall forward into your arms until your arms straighten and then push your shin and knee forward into your arms. So you feel a pull back of your arms as you push the knee forward and roll the hips back. Press the lower back down firmly. Feel how the left foot gets light. Lift the left foot an inch off the ground and then extend the left leg out onto the mat. Extending the front of your left leg, point the left foot. Press the back of the left leg down. Open the crease of the groin and firm the kneecap. Now, as you exhale, relax your right leg completely, relax your arms, and release the crease of the groin and the buttocks and the lower back, and let your right knee and a thigh fall in towards your hollow abdomen. Try to maintain that hollow abdomen, lift the ribs up away from the hips. Soften the crease of the groin at the front, the inner thigh, the outer hip. Deflate the leg. You can slide the hands a little bit down towards the mid shin and draw the knee up towards the chest and feel the stretch on the front of your left leg, even just at the skin. Press the left leg down, point the left foot, flex the right, roll the shoulders up, sink the waist, exhale all the air out, curl the head and shoulders up, bring your chin, nose, or forehead towards your inner knee. Left leg is on the ground. Left leg is on the ground. Press the back of the left leg towards the mat. Extending the front of the, yes, firm the kneecap. Good. Breathe into your upper back and chest. And then as you inhale, you release your head and shoulders down. Exhale, let your right leg fall forward and then push it into your arms. Roll your hips back so your left foot gets light. Lift your left foot and then bending the knee, place the left foot flat on the mat and then the right foot next to the left, and we change legs. Lift your left knee up, hips are rolling back. Hold just at the shin below the knee, flex the left foot. Let the left leg fall forward until the arms straighten, and then push that forward until you feel that pull of your arms. Roll the hips back, press the lower back down. Feel how the right foot gets light. Lift it an inch up and extend the right leg out and then down onto the mat. Firm the kneecap, extend the front of the foot, open the crease of the groin. Keep pressing the back of the leg down, firming the front of the leg. Take a breath, and then as you exhale, relax your left leg and your arms, the crease of the groin, the left buttock, the lower back, the inner and outer thigh, hamstring, calf. You can relax the foot, but keep the right leg engaged, rolling the inner right leg down and extend the front of the right leg. Hollow the abdomen. You can take the ribs a little away so you create space. You can slide your hands down towards the mid shin and deflate the leg and draw the knee towards the chest. Reassess the firming of the right leg, point the foot, flex the left foot, and then roll the shoulders up, sink the waist down, exhale all the air out and curl the head and shoulders up, chin, nose, forehead towards the inner knee. Be here and breathe. And then inhale, release your head and shoulders down. Exhale, let your left leg fall forward and then press it forward into your arms so your arms pull back and straighten. Roll the hips back so you press the lower back down. Feel how the right foot gets light, lift it up an inch. And then bending the right knee, place the right foot down, place the left foot next to the right, take the arms out to the side, palms up, extend the legs one by one, come back to Shavasana and rest. So these 5 floor poses are all for gaining awareness around the pelvic area, the lower back and abdomen. So we have a healthier relationship to that big hinge. The biggest joint in the body is the pelvic area. Tends to get stuck in the forward tilt position from sitting in chairs. So this helps us reset ideally to a neutral pelvis. So then the final position is called Supta Vajrasana. We come from Tadagi Mudra. So once again, roll the inner thighs down, bring the legs together, firm the legs, extend the front of the legs, firm the knees, bring the arms along the sides, palms down. Firm the arms and legs, elbows and knees. Sink the waist as you exhale, and even the lower back ribs. And then as you inhale, take your arms up over your head. Reach and stretch. Keep the arms shoulder width or wider. Get more length. Legs pull the hips away from the ribs. Arms pull the ribs up away from the hips. Be here and breathe. And hollow the abdomen. And each time you exhale, sink the sides of the waist down, the lower belly to the spine. And now really sink the lower front ribs to the lower back ribs, and you'll feel your shoulders draw a little bit more in towards your back body. Press your lower back down as much as you can, and then bend your knees up one by one, keeping your arms overhead. Cross the feet at the ankles and then flex your feet. Hook your feet and pull your knees apart, creating an isometric contraction in your pelvic floor, and then draw the knees up towards the sides of your body. So your sitting bones and tailbone can curl up off the ground, but your lower back flattens. Be here and breathe. So when you engage the front body, you need to release the back body in order to get more freedom of movement, because the body is a system of ropes and pulleys, a tensegrity. So when you engage one side, you have to release the opposite opposing muscles so that you can get more freedom of movement. Change the cross, flex the feet, pull the knees apart, draw the knees towards the sides of the body. Firm the arms, extend the arms, hollow the waist, breathe into the upper back and chest area, and also the rib cage area. And then inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, wrap your arms around your 2 knees, holding each knee with its own hand. Relax your feet, but keep your ankles crossed, and draw your knees in towards your chest, towards the sides of your body. And deflate your legs. And then change the cross of your feet. And then you're gonna flex your feet, hook your feet, lift your knees up, exhale all the air out, curl your head and shoulders up, look towards your belly button. And then you lift your feet up a little bit more, and then tuck your feet, keep your chin curled in, and roll up to sit. Very good. Okay. Good. So then to come up to standing, you're working towards not using your arms, ideally. So you can keep your feet crossed this way, this way. You can uncross your feet, right? So either way, but you can use a little bit of momentum and reach your arms forward, try to land on the outer edges of your feet and then come up. Good, good, okay? So that's a longevity factor. So now we're going to do, okay. So you don't have a folding chair at home. So do you have, Elena, do you have a, you're gonna stand on the chair. We're gonna do Urdhva Hastasana on the chair. So everybody take your mat to the wall, skinny edge of the wall. Go ahead and get in there. Yeah. And if at least if you have a belt or a block, that would be good. And then you're gonna, if you have a very thick mat, use one of our mats instead. Okay, a thinner mat. So I'll show you. So Tom, I'm going to give you a thinner mat. Yeah. Okay. So I'll show on Tom's how to do. Okay. So you open the mat up, then you're going to take the chair on the mat, and you want to be in between two hooks. And you open the chair up and turn it upside down like that. So the bottom seat of the chair faces the rope wall, and then you flip this mat over. So you have a little softness here, and then you draw it up to the rope wall like so. Okay, like that. Then you want two blocks. I think foam is better, and a belt. Okay, so you can put blocks here, and then you're going to take the belt and make a loop shoulder width. So we're doing actually, Morgie, we're going to do Tadasana on the back of the chair. I'm going to turn this a little, remember, like flip the chair over and stand on it. Okay. So once you have your setup, and if you're not sure how to do, watch. Okay. And Elena, you can just, if you have a belt, you just do this and or blocks. You can use blocks. Okay. So, but those of us here in the room, when you go to stand on the chair, you have to hold the two bits of the chair here. And then you stand on the seat, bottom seat of the chair, and move the outer edges of the feet all the way to the outer edges of the chair. Okay. Then the first thing you'll do is just take the belt over your wrists, take your arms up with the Hastasana. Then you're going to take the flat block at your sacrum and shoulder blades. And then you have to root your heels down, lift your pubic up, buttocks down, keep the block pinned to the wall and go up. And then we'll do a third one where you flip the block. So the long skinny edge is at your shoulder blades and your sacrum. Oh, I haven't done this in a while. There you go. Okay. And we may change the belt a little bit here and there too. Okay, so that's the work. So first thing is make your shoulder width loop, put your blocks here, and then when you step out, also you have to hold the two bits of the bottom of the chair, stepping in and out. Be careful there. Okay. Yeah, you can always adjust it 100 times. Doesn't matter. The arms. Okay. Yeah. We have arms. We got to use our arms. So now, first thing is standing on the chair. Okay. So then you get that, and with your heels at the back lip of the chair, it can be a little painful. So just step up a teeny bit so the heels aren't right at that area. But see if you can get your heels and the outer edges of the feet all the way to the outer edges of the chair. So widen. Yeah. Chair width. Yeah, chair width. So this foot goes wider. You're not all the way out yet. Yes, there you go. Yes. Be careful when you move your feet. Yeah, hold on to the chair. Yeah, you have to hold on to the chair. Yeah. Bring your heels higher up there, and then out to the side more with your heels. Yeah, so the outer edge. Yeah, there you go. Good. Okay. And then you lean back to the wall. Now you take the belt over your wrist, and then take your arms up and over your head with the Hastasana, like we did lying down, right? Similar. Okay, but now your feet are flexed. Good. And then roll the armpits towards each other. That's away from each other. Towards each other. Yes. Triceps towards each other. Tricep. Yes, that's external rotation of your upper arms. And then your forearms resist a little and then go straight up. And then even as you take your arms up, your collarbones and your shoulder blades have to rise up in order for the arms to go up. That's your wings. But the inner edge of the shoulder blade just soften down a bit, and squeeze the triceps in towards each other. Squeeze the armpits in towards each other. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So then you can go. And if that one's just a little tricky, to So this is easier. Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, armpits towards each other, triceps towards each other. Yes. And then as the collarbone and the shoulder blade lifts up, even as that happens, slide the inner edge of the shoulder blades a little down and firm the triceps in, especially at the elbows. Good. Tailbone down, pubic bone up. Triceps towards each other. Firm your triceps in. Yes. Pull your shoulders apart. Good. Then exhale and lower your arms. Good. Okay. Take the belt off your wrists. Take your block, hold the belt, or you could hook it on one of the ropes so it's easy to find. Now you're going to take one block behind the sacrum. Here's your sacrum, right? Here's your iliacus, and the sacroiliac joint, sacrum. So you take your block here and then you use it to move your buttocks down. Take your tailbone forward. Yeah, and your pubic bone up. Then you take, a little tricky to get the one behind the shoulder blades, lean back. Take it high, and then you can slide it down to help you slide your shoulder blades down and lift your armpit chest up. Take the sides of the waist back. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Just do your best. Yes, ideally. You got the rope here. There. Use this to move your buttock down, pubic up. There you go. Shoulder blades down. Good. Take the belt over your. Now you can make the belt a little narrower each time if you want. You can take the belt all the way to just above your elbows or mid wrist. Arms up. Yep. Good. Above the elbows. Yeah. A little tighter. It's a little too, I think. Yeah. Armpits towards each other, triceps towards each other. Yeah. Yeah. Good. You can take the belt more down to here now. Yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah. And then you lift your pubic up, descend your buttocks down. Good. That happens. Yeah. Good. Take the sides of the waist back. You don't have to touch the wall with the arms because you get that block in between, right? I mean, if you do, it's fine, but it's not the goal. Buttocks down. Yeah. Sides of the waist back. Yeah. Arms up. Yeah. Roll the triceps in. Yeah. Inner edge of the shoulder blades down. Good. Okay. Okay. Buttocks down. There you go. Good. And then exhale, lower the arm. And then we change the block. So take the chest block out. And then the sacrum block is the long skinny edge to the wall. Okay, so you have the long skinny edge to the wall. So you're just pushing your buttocks forward more into the middle of the room and your shoulder blade. I will assist you with the shoulder blade. If that's not happening, then you can just stay where you were. That might be more than enough. You just,
I guess I just don't, my legs are not doing
lean back. Lean back. If it's too much, then go back to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Just take this. Oh, okay. Yeah, and if you need to just step out, step out. Or if you just need to be there. But see if you can get your heel more out to the side. And step up a little. Just a teeny, yeah, just a teeny bit, not much. Just enough so that the back of your heel isn't scraping on the back of the chair. Keep turning the right heel out. Yes. There you go. Okay. Lift that up. Buttocks down. Yes. Adjust your hips. Yes. Good, Robin. That's okay. But this, bring your arms a little down. Bring your arms more down. Okay. Pull your arms apart. Yes. There you go. Triceps in. Armpits in. Good. Collarbone, shoulder blade lift, but the inner edge of the shoulder blade down. Yes. Okay. Good. Yes, Taina. Looks good. Yes. Good, Sandra. Yeah. Is that better for you? Right. But see how you could work towards the other, right? That would be good for you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a little torture session. Buttocks down. Pubic up. Up. Yes, good. That's it. Good. And then exhale and lower your arms. Torture session over. So you guys have it in spine wise, which is interesting and fine too. But what I was talking about was here and there, right?
Okay.
That's a little broader. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, the flat one feels like it's like doing bridge when you lift up, 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 and then you come down and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in a hole. Yeah. So good. Now take the blocks. Oh, good. Yeah. Take the blocks out and stay there. You're good. And then slowly step out. Just like this one. Yes. This one. Yeah. They're both here. Now roll your shoulders back. Yeah. Sides of the waist back. Yeah. Now just take your arms up with no belt. Good. And then wrists up, arms up, not back, up. Yes. Yes. Good. Yes. You're lengthening your spaghetti. Okay. And then release down. Good. So then the next one, you can step out. So yes. Good, Elena. Good. It would be lower down the block towards your tailbone, towards your tail. Yes. Now lift your pubic up and drop your buttocks down any amount. Yes, exactly. And then if you had room for your shoulders, that would be good too. So then we're going to, so if you have a chair or piece of furniture, Elena, you can grab that. We're going to do Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So you can, so I'll show you options. So now take the blocks away, turn your chair over. So it's right side up. And then go to one hook is in the middle. So you can slide over a little bit. I'm going to put you that way. Right? Then put your chair back down. And now you're going to have the back of the chair at the wall. And is this yours? Okay, we'll put it here. So now you have options here. Okay. I'll move it just a little bit away. I'll show you the options. It's Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana number 1. So see how I hold the rope. So I go from the outside, hook my thumbs, turn my palms, and pull down. I'll show again. Then you'll step up. Now, either you can put your foot here, or you could go here. And if this is just a little high, but you like this better than the chair, you could stand on a block. So say you like that. So you have 2 blocks. You have 1 foot on each block, and it's more important the heel is on the block than the toes. And so then, see now it's also a little bit more interesting balance-wise, right? With the foot on the block, if you need that, if you're, for some reason. You could also have the block up like that, right? If you need more height. Okay, so those are your options. If you're not sure, let me know. Supta Padangusthasana. No, sorry, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, number 1. And if you want to have a rope around your foot, you can do that. Elena, if you unfuzz your camera, I'll be able to see more. It's kind of fuzzy to see you. This is good, Robin. How does this feel? Good. Can you bring your chest a little forward? More? Yeah. Okay, then bend. So, and you can put your heel on the chair and you can point the foot a little instead of flex, right? So you find the right placement. Then you can bend the leg that's up a little, always. The straight leg, the one you're standing on, stays straight. That's in Tadasana. Press this thigh back. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah. So the leg that's up, you can bend a little. You're working towards straight, but don't force. Forcing is always a bad idea. So with the rope that you're holding onto, slide your hands more down towards the bottom of the rope, bend your elbows out to the side, and don't use the death grip on the belt. So lighten up, so like you're holding a delicate teacup. Lift your elbows out to the side, lift your chest as you pull the shoulder blades down. Yeah. So it's really to help you settle your chest and a little bit balance, but not, you don't need quite as much as you think you need, perhaps. See if you can keep your hips even. Lift your chest a little more back. Good. And press the left thigh back. Yes, all the way. Bend this leg a little and straighten the standing leg all the way. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now you can work towards straight here, but this one has to stay straight. Okay. Yeah, and if you feel like I think you need more height, step down. Try that. Get the heel on there. And when you step up and down, use the chair because if you're on the block, it's just going to be easier. Okay, good. Change legs. Very good. And use the chair. It's there, right? Especially if you're standing on the block. Then you can step on the chair, take a breath, then step up, right? So that it shouldn't be, you don't want to harden your muscles and do something where you're going to hurt yourself. It should all be very peaceful and relaxed. That's what we're working towards, not stressful and difficult. Okay. So if it's too high for you, you can use the back of the chair or you can take the blocks higher. Let's go higher on the blocks for you. Step down to the chair and then down. Okay. Try that. So I mean, there's some, you're feeling something and all of that, but it's not a forceful thing because if you're forcing something, it's going to go back tighter than it was before. So it's more putting your body into a shape that you can tolerate and breathe and be there for some time, especially with forward bends, which this is a forward bend. Yeah. Well, your leg is bending. You're not doing a back bend. You're working towards a forward bend. And it's also abdominal imbalance and standing, of course. See if you can drop this hip down. Bend that knee more and drop the hip. Yes. 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 Good. Yep. That's it. Good. Tom, lean back a little. Yeah. There you go. So your shoulders are over your hips. Good. Okay. Very good. How's that for you? Is that a little better? Yeah. Other sides of the waist back. Good. Yep. And then go ahead and step down. Good. And step all the way down. Yeah. So then the next one is to the side. So can I use yours, Baina? So you can still use the blocks, right? Um, and then if you're super flexible, you can go straight out to the side. Like right now, my leg's a little forward, right? And the blocks are a little back. You can go more back, okay? But what you want to do is see how this hip tends to hike up. Same thing happens in Trikonasana, triangle pose, right? So this is like triangle pose. It's just a different relationship to gravity and so on. So you want to drop this buttocks down without pushing this thigh forward. This thigh stays back, not so much the knee, but the thigh, at the root of the thigh. And this buttock curls under and drops down. So you're here. Okay? Right leg up. Yeah, turn the blocks maybe like that. And then step both feet on the blocks. Then step to the chair and then up. You might be too far away, but you'll see. Let's bring your foot. Yeah, stay there. You don't want to be right out to the side. I don't think you're quite that flexible. Yeah. Me, maybe. Yeah. You can lift your heel just a moment and then put your heel there. Yeah, so it's not so sharp. Yeah. Uh-huh. And then you want to firm your waist and drop this buttock. Yeah. Good. That's it. Hold up a little higher on the rope. Yeah. And then draw the shoulder blade down a little bit. Yeah. Good. And think about curling. So think about getting more length on the right side of your waist. Step in, toe heel in, more. That's better. And then, yes. And now drop this buttock. And so both sides of the torso are even. Yeah. Can you feel a little difference there? Yeah. So instead of hiking this up, you want to drop it down, curl the sitting bone under and press it this way as you resist this back. Just like in triangle. Good. Okay. Step down to the chair. Take a breath. Step down to the block. Take a breath. Stand in Tadasana for a moment. So when you come down, you don't want to come down, right, and then turn around. You want to come back to Tadasana. Assess that buttock. Because it gets tight, it grips, right? And we're trying to ungrip it, not grip it more. Turn the other side. So so when you turn the other side, step down, step down. You want to move your block back, right? So that, you know, your leg is more forward. Yeah, right? Move your block back. Yeah. And then you can adjust them also closer to the chair or whatever you need to do. So if you're tighter, you can move your foot more forward, not back, right? That's going to be easier. Right straight out to the side is more easy. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And still you want to work on shortening the waist in the front and dropping the buttock down and curling the sitting bone under. And then resist the root of the right leg back. Lift the chest, roll the shoulders down the back, even out the torso and breathe. Good. Hmm?
Here.
Oh, my tag. Thank you. Gotta cut it off. Good. Yeah. Drop the buttocks. Left buttocks curls under, but don't push your right thigh forward. So it's more the flesh of the left buttocks, right? Yeah. The flesh of the left buttocks sort of releases down and curls under as you lift. Yes. Yes. All this has to stop gripping. I know it. Yes. Good. Whoops. Okay. Good. Okay. Step down. Take a breath. Step down. Take a breath. Assess. Step down. Good. Last one. It's a twist. Okay. So you're going to go back to Supta 1. Sorry, Utthita Hasta 1. Okay. And then watch. So then you can use the rope, right? And you're going to twist. You can also put your hand on the leg and twist. Now, when you use the rope, see how as I turn, then things get wobbly. So as I turn, I'm getting closer. So I have to go up higher on the rope. Okay. And then the last thing would be to extend the arm. But first, what you want to do is lift the ribs up, turn the ribs and torso and chest, right? So the hips don't turn with you. Ideally, the hips are staying this way. You have to create more space here in order to turn. Okay. So right leg up first. And then you face, just like you're doing Utthita Hasta 1, the first one, face your chair or rope wall or whatever you, and then step your right leg up. Yes. Drop the right sitting bone down, buttocks down. Yes. Now hold the rope towards your foot with your left hand, Elena. And then you're going to twist to your right. Yeah, reach more with your left hand towards the foot. Hold, yeah, so your left arm straightens. Yes, there you go. Good. Yeah, good. And then if you want, you can extend the arm. But first, lift the ribs and chest and turn from there and get your whole, your legs and hips situated. Draw your ribs a little back. Yeah, there you go. Good. And then you can shoulder blades down the back, work the left arm higher up. Yeah, and bring the left shoulder forward towards the clock here and the right shoulder back towards the wall behind you. Turn the shoulders, turn the ribs, turn the eyeballs. Look at your hand, right hand. Yes. Now turn your ribs and chest more. Yes. Good. That's it. Good. You're working towards straight, but it always, if you don't force that, but the standing leg should be straight always. Okay. And then you untwist, face the front, take a breath. Slide the hands down from the waist, step down to the chair from the waist, step down to the block, release the rope, take a breath, or actually you can keep holding the rope, either way. And then you're going to change leg, left leg up. Yep. Take a breath and then step it up to extend and take a breath. And then either hold the leg or reach up higher on the rope with your right arm. Left hand can go to the hip initially. Lift the rib cage up off the hips. And then turn the waist, turn the ribs, turn the chest and shoulders. As you turn, you walk your right hand further up the rope. Yeah, so lean towards so you lean a little towards the rope wall. Yes, Faina. And then lift the ribs up off the waist, turn the ribs, turn the waist. Bring the right shoulder more onto the back. Pull the left shoulder back more. Turn the gaze. Turn the eyeballs over the shoulder. Then extend the arm. Maybe. Yes, very good. Beautiful. Good. Breathe. Very nice. Good. And then you untwist and hold the rope. Take a breath, step down from the waist. Take a breath, step down from the waist. Take a breath and step down. Very good. Okay. So now it is 10:27. Okay, so let's do down dog in the ropes. So just take your chair and move it like about there, okay? And then actually we'll do two poses here. So you're gonna take the yoga mat again between two hooks. Then we can adjust the chair later. This is a nice one because you don't need a blanket. So I'm taking one and then the other of the short belts around my hips, the lower part of the groin. Fold from there, hands down, walk your feet back. So you could have your heels down or you can have your heels up. A little up is nice. I think you get a little more length. Okay. Be here for a few breaths. That's good. I know. So take the ropes down to the crease of the groin, below the right. So not up here, but right at the thigh. Yeah. Then go over into a forward bend, hands down. Then walk the feet back, heels up a little on the wall, and arms forward. You put the heels on the wall. Put the heels on the wall. So you have the support of the wall. Yes. Yes. Good. And then adjust the feet so they're parallel. Firm the knees. Straight legs now. Straight legs, straight arms. Reach your arms forward. So that your arms are not weight bearing, right? So reach and stretch. And find your elbows. Roll your triceps in and lift your elbows up. Yeah. So don't sink in your elbow joints. Yeah. And let the sides of the waist float back towards the back of the body. Yes. And firm the thighs up. Strong legs. Yes. Firm the triceps and elbows in and up. Don't sink at the elbow joint. Yes. Feel how that length from the outer hip to the armpit to the wrist. Breathe here. Okay. Too much. Yeah. Go higher up. Higher up. Yes. There. Yes. Yes. Good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Get long and breathe. Roll the triceps towards the each other from the elbows up. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Sides of the waist float back. Follow the abdomen. Firm the thighs. Good. Okay. Now walk your feet forward. Walk your arms back. And stand up. Good. Now, leave the rope there. I'll bring you your chair. Okay. And then you're just going to do a forward bend over the chair. You can put support on the chair. So stand in Tadasana, come as far forward as you can. And then you do a forward bend with your back extended over the chair. Okay. You can rest your forearms on the chair. So you can adjust the distance of the chair. Okay. Go ahead, Faina, so you can show them how to do. Yeah. Bend your elbows, hold your elbows, like this. Yeah. There you go. You can move it forward. Yeah. So you see how her back is flat and extended? Yeah, like that. Okay, so you can use, thank you. And you can adjust the distance, right? Yeah, good. Yeah. And if you need more height, you could take a couple of blocks. You can take, Yeah. Rest your head down on it. Yeah, there you go. How's that for you? Good? Yeah, yeah, there you go. Firm your thighs. Yes. Walk as far forward as you can and lean forward into the ropes. Yeah, good. Let the sides of the waist float up. Yes. So this doesn't sink for you. That you don't want that to sink. Head down. Yeah. Right, because you sway there. And if you're flexible in that way, which I am too, you have to support there when you're in this kind of a shape. So forward, can you do forward bend, Margie? Yeah. Maybe pull the chair back a little. Yeah. Walk as far forward as you can with your feet. Yes. And then it's a concave back, Uttanasana, right? Yeah. That's better. Yeah, I like that. You can separate your feet, you can bend your knees, whatever you need to do to make it a little easy. You know, if it's not working out, then it's not working out. Just don't do it. Yeah. Yeah. Draw your waist up any amount. Yeah. Maybe go higher up. Try this even. Getting there? Yeah. 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 So you're straightening your legs and you're straightening your spine. And you're working towards going down a little, but this is good for you. Is this good? Okay. Good. Yeah. So yeah. Let's lift up. Try that. Better? Yeah. We could even it's your legs that you want straighter. Yes. Yes. Straighten your knees all the way. And if you can't, come up higher. Better. Yeah. So you just need more height. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. And then that's our headstand practice basically. So come on out. Good. Okay. Woo. Good. And then you can step back, take the rope over your head, not over your leg, one at a time. Yeah. Good. And then you'll move the chair to the side and you have a belt handy and two blankets. Supta Padangusthasana. We might use the chair again. So you want to have two hooks in between, and let's move you down one here. I'm going to move you down one, and then so you can have a little more space on that end. Come towards me, Joe. You can use your mat if you want now. So you're going to have it here, and let's move you here. That should be okay. And you can come down one also. That should give you each more space to go out to the side with your leg. Okay. So you can have one blanket for your head as needed, and then the other blanket you can use for your hips as needed. Okay. And then you have a belt. So let me show you. First thing you're going to do is wedge in. Watch here. So not too much bend in your knee. Feet together and heels at the wall. Then you pull the mat down and slowly you can adjust your head a little, but let it pull. See, it's pulling my sacrum down, curling my tailbone up, and it's also pulling my shoulder blades down. Shoulder blades also down. Oh, this is the best part. Wedging in. Okay, let the buttocks spread. Then we'll do a few breaths like this on both sides. We'll re-wedge here and there. Then we're going to do Supta Padangusthasana, number one, both sides. When we do number two, you can have that under your hips and you could have more under your hips or less or none at all, right? Just for a little support because it's a supported class. More is better, I think, for this. And then potentially we'll go across too. We'll see how much time we have. Okay. For your head, if somebody needs it for their head. Yeah. So first thing, wedge in. Oh, you guys are still a little close, huh? Well, you'll be okay. No, you'll be there. Yeah, you'll figure it out. Yeah. So when you wedge, hold the sides of the mat and get your heels. Yeah. So take your ponytail off to the side or something so it doesn't get in the way. Yeah. Now get your heels all the way to the wall. Feet together. Hold the mat and pull it down towards your feet. Now push back slowly. Let it adjust your sacrum down. Yeah, that's important for you. Yes. Okay. You can use a blanket under your head if needed. You don't have to. And then you're going to bend your right knee to chest. Now hold your knee. So we did this in the beginning of class, right? Now relax your foot and don't. So the first thing you have to do is engage your hip flexor, which is your this quadricep muscle here, right? And then your iliacus psoas, they cross over. So you're engaging this muscle when you raise the leg. Now that you hold the foot, hold the knee, you want to relax this muscle. You want to relax the hip flexors. Don't keep bunching up the groin. Soften the groin. Not to hike the outer hip up. So the outer right hip and thigh, drop it down. Yeah, keep holding. And then inject the left leg up into the hip socket. So both sitting bones point down toward that foot. Don't hike this hip up because then you're shortening the waist, the lower back on that side. Okay, so that's tricky to find. So you have to let go here. No, keep holding your leg, but let go here. These muscles. Yeah, that's tricky to find. And then you hollow the abdomen, and instead of pulling the knee to chest, let it fall. Yes. And then the buttock moves down, top buttock to the bottom buttock, sitting bone towards the back of the knee. Okay. Compress. Yes. And be sure you're sensing your sacrum isn't off to one side and hips, because that's your hip hiker. That's what causes the back problem. Okay. Release that down. The hip hiker, not the hitchhiker. The hip hiker, right? Yeah. And when you roll the outer right hip and thigh down, draw the left leg up into the hip socket. You can move it a little out to the side too. So this gut, and then try to like release the gripping. This is not about gripping. Deflate. No, don't pull with your arms. Just let it fall. Yes. There you go. Okay, change legs. You might want to re-wedge in between. Re-wedging is great. And you can just do a mini re-wedge, Yep. Good. And then repeat with the left leg. Back of the neck long. So once you've got the leg, right, release the hip flexor, the crease of the groin, all in here, in the top groin, inner groin, outer, especially the outer hip likes to hike up. Release that down, draw the right leg up a little. Shoulders broad. And as you're able, stay in the midline, right? So go straight back rather than out to the side. And keep rolling the inner left thigh and groin down. Don't let that go with it. Now don't grip. Don't try to release more. Yes. And in here too. Yes. And deflate. Hollow the abdomen. Pull the ribs up away. Yeah. Try not to let your left groin hike up. Sorry, Robin. That could have been bad. Okay. Now exhale, inhale, exhale. Think of somatics. Let that fall into your, let it just fall. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Be there. Kind of organize that. Okay. Good. Okay. Now you're going to release, re-wedge, change legs, have your belt handy. Take your right knee to chest, deflate the leg. Kind of a quickie, right? Keep your left leg straight. Don't let your left leg pop up as much as you can. And then put the belt around the ball of the right foot and extend. And you can have a little space in between the legs, especially if you have thicker thighs, right? and maintain as best you can. You haven't had that before, have you? Surprise! That's one of my fun little. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, good. And then the leg just straight up. So you can have one hand on either side of the belt with the elbows on the ground is nice. So it means that the leg is just perpendicular. Slide your hands down, wrist your elbows. Yeah, roll this outer hip and thigh away. So yes, did you feel that? So the outer right hip and thigh rolls down. So both sitting bones point towards the left foot. Yes, and then you stay sides of the waist down. It is an abdominal. These are abdominal poses, right? But we've got a lot of support. So maintain a little bit of firmness of the lower belly toward the spine and the sides of the waist down towards the back of the body. Not into my fingers, but down, away. Yes, relax. And then up under the ribs a little that way. That's Uddiyana. Sides of the waist down and up, hollow. Uddiyana Kriya or Bandha. Yes, flying up block. But it's hollow and soft. It's not hard and tight. It's spreading like one of those, fish at the bottom of the sea. They're there. Move this. Yes. There you go. And then slide your hand down so your shoulder can be on the ground. Yeah. This hip down. So the hip hiker does not, so this has to, the quadratus lumborum is here, and that gets short when you hike the hip up. 2 L's. Okay. Bend the knee, hug the knee to chest, take a breath, change leg. I recommend that you open the belt up. And then, so when your leg is straight, you can have one hand on either side of the belt, elbows down. So it's super relaxed, shoulders broad, and then firm the waist. And when you firm the waist, what has to release? Your buttocks and your lower back, right? You don't want everything tight, right? You want to, right, release the back body. This is a release of the back body. Move this foot a little out. Yeah. Yes, more, 6 inches more. Roll this outer hip down. So disengage here. This. Yeah. Okay. Back up a little. Back up a little. This way. Yeah. And let this outer knee draw up into the outer hip to help. So you adjust. Yes. Yeah. Good. And then you can slowly, right? Yes. Good. Good. So don't be in a rush, right? Move this leg out to the side. Roll this hip down. So far, I have not dropped it in anyone's eyeball. Or yeah, exactly. It hasn't bounced up into someone's face. Yeah. Breathe and release that. Yeah. Release that down. Don't push it out into my foot. I know it's easier said than done. Take this down and up under the ribs. Widen your ribs. Yes, that's Uddiyana. And this down. This in. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Good. It's like a drug. It is. Good. Okay, bend the knee. So now take a breath. And then it's good to hug the knee to chest in between, right? And release your lower back. Just the one knee, not both knees, just the one knee, like we did in the beginning. Yeah, just the one knee. You change legs. So bend the other knee, right? And then we're going to go out to the side. So bend the knee, organize the pelvis, take the legs straight, then have your blanket. If you want to use your blanket, I recommend it. Fold it maybe in half twice, and then you can have it sort of under your hip area. Now you straighten your, hook the belt around the ball of the right foot when you're ready. And organize your hips first. So roll that outer right hip and thigh down. Yes. Slide the hands a little down. Sink the waist. Yes. And let the outer left hip draw up as you roll the right hip down so the hips stay square. Now take the leg just a little across the body. Tuck the blanket just a little under the hip. Now take it back straight. Hold with the right hand only. Extend the left arm out to the side. And then you take the leg out to the side. And as you go, you can turn the foot a little more out to help you turn that hip down, right? Then you can rest your thigh on the blanket and then just bring the foot back to neutral. And that's it. You can slide your hand down if you like and rest your elbow. So it's easier. Bring your head to the right a little. Yeah. Good. You have space. You can take your left arm out. And then your right elbow here. Yeah. Left shoulder down a little. Good. That's it. And then rather than really hyper flexing your foot, take the belt into the ball of the foot, and rather than pulling so strongly with the arm, push more with the foot and extend that leg. Extend the inner leg, retract the outer leg. Let's give you a little more height. Now take the elbow higher. Yeah. And shoulders down. Yes. Good. Move this foot a little out. Good. Head and shoulders a little that way. Rib cage. Yeah. There you go. Now you're even. Head back a little that way. Good. There you go. Yep. Good. Okay. Good. Then you push into the belt, pull back with your hand, turn your waist. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend the knee to chest. Relax. Take a breath. Let the lower back release and the sitting bone travel along the back of the thigh towards the back of the knee. Just relax. Yes. And let the lower back release down. Right. And then change sides. Okay. So this is all about your hips too, right? They connect into your hips and lower back and waist. Change the blanket to the other side. Okay. Hug the knee. Straighten the leg. Adjust the pelvis. Take the leg across a little bit to tuck that blanket under your buttocks a little bit. So it's really on the flesh of the buttocks, not so much on the sacrum. And it angles down towards the sitting bone, a little out towards the outer hip, and then come back to neutral. And then adjust your standing leg. You may need to move it a little out to the side. And hold the belt with just your left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side. Change, one hand holds the belt. And then you take a breath, and as you go slowly. Use your right leg to stabilize, use your waist to stabilize, and just move the leg. And see that the inner leg moves away from the side of the pubic bone, right? You can turn the leg out a little. And the inner leg of the right leg also can move away. So you can even move it more out to the side and have a little more opening in the pelvic floor. Slide your elbow down. Yeah. And push the ball of the foot into the belt more. Don't pull the toes back. You don't have to too much pull the toes. Yeah, more extend the inner leg and retract the outer leg and situate your head and your ribs. Yep, good. And breathe. Okay. Working towards higher as you're able. Yeah, right arm more down. And no, out to the side. Yeah, but shoulder down and relax. Don't harden. Think more just of opening there. And this is, yeah, good. Good. Move this leg more out. So have a little more opening in the inner thighs. Come up. Okay. Make this leg come this way. Bend your elbow. Push your foot. Then turn your waist this way. Okay. And you're working that way. Bring your hand closer to your foot. Yep. There you go. Good. With more level or a little higher. Okay. Good. And then to come out, push, pull, turn the waist, come back up, bend the knee, hug the knee to chest, take a breath. Let's do one twist. We'll do a quickie. We can do it. So once again, re-wedge, remove the blanket, legs together, hug the right knee to chest, take the belt around the ball of the right foot. Extend the leg. And then roll the outer right hip and thigh down. So inject the left leg into the hip socket, outer left leg into the hip socket as you roll the outer right hip and thigh away so the hips stay level. And then the left hand holds the belt, the right arm goes across. Try to keep rolling that right hip and thigh down. And then keep your left leg in Tadasana and take your right leg maybe halfway across. Yeah, and push out through the heel. split the leg from the knee, pushing out through the heel, drawing back to the hip, and then turn the waist even as the leg goes. Turn the ribs and waist. Yeah, keep the head centered for this one. Yep, and breathe. Yes, good. Reach high for this one. Yeah, yeah. Maybe a little more active that way. Yeah, good. Okay. And then inhale, come up, bend the knee, drop the hip, deflate the leg, press the left leg down. Don't lose what you gained on the left. And then change legs. Okay, hug the knee, take a breath, press the right leg down and extend the right leg to the wall. Drop the outer left hip down. Don't hike it up. Yes. Take the belt around the ball of the foot. So the ball means, you know, where the base knuckles of the toes are. And then push the big toe mound out more. Push the inner foot out more. Yeah, extend the left arm. Roll the left hip down. Good. Take a breath and then go across about halfway. You can go a little lower than hip height. Yeah. And then you split the knee. You push out through the heel. You draw back into the hip. Yep. Good. Yes, keep dropping that right hip down. And hold up high so your arm is straight for this one. Yeah. Move this foot out a little bit. I know this thing is there. Yeah. And then, yes. Good. Very good. Good. And then you inhale, you come up and release the belt, bend the knee, organize the pelvis, take a breath. Okay. So now let us do supported bridge for a moment and then legs up the wall. So 2 blocks, or you can use a bolster, but let's just do, if you have 2 blocks handy, that's good. You can also use a bolster and a block or a blanket, and you can just stay where you are. I'll show you here the block method. You can just do a flat block. You know, you don't have to go crazy, right? One's going to be under your feet. If you need it higher, you can do that. And your legs are going to be straight. And one's going to be under your hips. And then you just kind of wedge your feet in, lift your chest up and roll your shoulders under. Take this a little down towards your tail. That's it. Easy peasy. Okay. Supported bridge. Okay. You don't have to do too high. So you get your feet on the block to find your distance, but it's going to be a little closer generally than you think because your hips go higher and then you get shorter. Right? No, that's good. Yeah. Wedge your feet in a little if you can. Get a little closer. Yeah, there you go. Not too much because then you're going to, yeah, you'll find the, yes. And then toes point up. Roll your shoulders under. Turn your palms up. Yeah. So you don't have to extend your arms really, but what I want you to find is the lift of your chest, your armpit chest. Yes. So turn your arm and then relax your arms. You don't really need them. And once you have the lift of the chest, relax a little, but maintain and spread the lower front ribs. Don't push them together and let your abdomen hollow and release towards the back of the body. Yes. So you want to open the front of the groin. So that's why it's a little bit more down towards your tailbone. If it still feels too strong on your back, you can raise the foot block a little higher and or move the block that's under your sacrum a little more down towards your tailbone. Yes. Good, Sandra. Turn your palms out and roll your shoulders open and come on, lift your chest. Yes, there you go. Good. Throat soft. Yeah. How's that, Robin? Better? And if it still feels too strong, okay. You can always use this block, right? It's thinner than that one. Okay. I will always want more here from everyone. And then this, yeah, it's all relaxed. Yeah. Feel good? Yeah. Yeah. Good. So this is basically our Shavasana. So if you're not comfortable here, don't stay. Okay. But we will come down and rest on the back for a little bit too, but most of the rest will be here. Give you a little chest adjustment, Paina. Right, relax, relax. And shoulder blades. Yeah, yeah, good. And breathe into this area. Yes, here. Yeah, good. Can I give you a little adjustment here? Okay, drop down. Like that. Okay, and then breathe here. Lift this area. Yes, yes, and let this release. And don't harden, but hollow and spread here. Let that stay down and breathe more here. Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, so you can stay there longer if you're happy. If you, when you're ready to come out, you just bend your knees, lift your hips, remove the block, and then maybe just take your feet in Baddha Konasana for a couple of breaths without support, or you can put support under your knees or ankles, or just a few breaths. So sort of opening up your inner thighs. Supta Baddha Konasana. And you just take as long as you like there, and then you just extend your legs and rest in Shavasana. And you can push yourself a little further back. Yeah, you can do Baddha Konasana on the block or take the block away. Baddha Konasana. Come a little away from the wall so your feet don't touch the wall when you're in Shavasana. And um, maybe come this way, Joanna. Yeah, then you can extend your arms a bit more. Yeah, you can go further. Yeah, there you go. Let's do this. Yeah, just put your head in. Yeah, yeah. Good. If you need more support, and you can grab a blanket for your head or, you know, whatever you might need. And we'll be here for a couple more minutes of letting go. Bring your attention to your breathing. And allow your breathing to begin to deepen and lengthen and circulate your awareness throughout your whole body with the breath, moving into the shoulders and hips, head and neck, throat, arms and legs, hands and feet, toes and fingers. You can gently begin to awaken your body. If you like to wiggle the fingers and toes, maybe roll the wrists and ankles. At some point, bend your elbows one by one and bring your hands onto your belly and pause there for a few breaths, observing your abdominal breath. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and bend your knees up one by one and bring your feet flat and bring your hands down to your lower belly and let your lower belly release towards your lower back. Let your lower back release towards the floor. And then when you're ready, you can roll over onto one side or the other and rest your head on that upper arm. Bring the other hand across, hand on the floor, and breathe there for a few breaths with your back nice and round and soft. You can extend your bottom arm straight over your head if you like and rest your head on your upper arm. And then look, your face just rolls down towards the ground a little bit. And then when you're ready to come up, you use your arms, pull your waist in, let your head hang, and curl your head up last. And sit cross-legged, and we'll just do a closing chant. Or if cross-legged isn't good, you could sit some other way comfortably. So the closing chant we do is Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. I'll break it up differently, and then the last time we'll do it together. We'll do Oms and Shantis together. So sit well and observe your asana, your seat. Observe your body and breath and mind. Take your hands into Namaste Mudra, the heart center, and lift your sternum bottom to top. Roll your upper arm bones back. Firm the shoulder blades on the back. Firm the waist and the pelvic floor. Take a big breath in and out in preparation. Inhale deeply for Om together. Om.